Okay, I'm going to get started on this video. I'll probably have a few interruptions. But here you can see today we had, these are not the overnight highs and lows, but in the towards the opening we were trending up. So we blew past the overnight highs, but we made this high, and it looks like this midline supports these highs and lows, and it looks like we're trying to make a measured move down is what I'm seeing. So I'll try and get through these trades. It is early, 12:24, but I don't know if I'm going to have time later to make this video, and I wanted to do my study. So I think I examined it pretty thoroughly. About 4 a.m. you get a second entry off this trend channel confirming this channel, and I looked at this as a double bottom and first entry failed second entry. They're both hidden, so it's also a second entry long, but they're both hidden. The problem with this entry, I don't think I'd have any problem taking this, but it doesn't make a new low. But you know, in hindsight, if I'm looking at this as a hidden failed second entry, then I could go long above this bar. But I just think this is definitely aggressive, but if it made a new low, I think that'd be borderline blue. But anyway, the real failure, so to speak, is right here. First entry, failed second entry, and that's off the midline. So you might consider that. I wouldn't take that, but you might consider that. You have reason to consider that. And then we form this congestion up here. Well, we form this low, but that's not significant until right here. So this is the range I had drawn, but I would say the midline is probably in between these highs and this. I do believe that the lows of this range is actually probably the midline of that and this level of support. So I'll just put it like that. We come down, we test that support again, come back up to these highs, find resistance again. I wouldn't be going short here, but that's a lower high, but we're still within this uptrend that hasn't broken. Then it does break. We find support there again. I don't think you want to go long, but it is a second entry. You might consider that. So, but then when we come back in, and it looks like you get a second entry here, and then it probably traps a bunch of shorts and then makes this higher low. That means we've tested it once, twice, 3 times, and then made a higher low, I think, and it closes above the EMA. This is tough, but I'm sure that there are some chart readers out there who really like this entry. It looks really good, at least to test these highs, and look, it goes much further, and that reverses. We get a break of this channel and 1 leg, 2 legs up, and it pretty much instantly reverses. We have this channel down. I think I had this one marked. I like this entry for sure because we just had this huge leg up, and you might even on the simulator I took this higher low and got trapped. So if you draw that short-term channel, though, you should stay out of that. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people got trapped on this with me, and that just rockets prices down. We bounce here and get a reversal pattern, and this looks really good. So this sets up below the EMA, so it's not ideal, but I would still be looking to go long here, especially after the bounce at this support level. Yeah, I would be looking for that. Come down here, make a leg down, overshoot, leads to a break, and is that confirmation of this channel? That makes us suspect this is the bottom of the channel, not confirmed yet. We come up here, a little spike in channel up. I didn't see any setups in there. You might look at this as a first failed second entry, though, and I'm sure you could argue for that. I really like the way that looks, to be honest. Then we bounce here, and come back down here. You get a second entry off this midline, but this is just a potential channel at this point until it rockets back up, and you get this lower high right here, goes down, keeps trapping longs. You get another lower high, and that confirms the channel. And I think if you see that, you got a first entry, failed second entry, long, and all the longs right here are going to exit, and that's what happens. Come down, hit the midline again, hit the midline again, come up here, make this lower high, and you got to take that. There were some really good moves today. Really good moves. Keep going lower, 2 legs down, it looks like. You get a first entry, second entry short. If you didn't jump in there, that looks like 1 leg up to me for some reason. So if you didn't jump in there, you get a better setup right here. And you might have entered here and got trapped. I don't know. That looks very unfortunate. But I mean, maybe you shouldn't be entering on this one because that looks congestive. Then you get this lower high. That's a failure. First, failed second entry. And price come back down. Confirm this lower end of the channel. Bounce. And with the way this is trending down, I don't think you want to take this reversal. First, failed second entry short. Even though it gets you a good move, I don't think you want to take that. We come up here and we actually start a new channel down. That was very short term. But you see, we just come down, and we're just on both sides of the EMA, really. First entry, failed second entry. I like that because, well, I mean, we haven't made it to the top of this channel, but this is clearly the channel at this point. So I don't know. It is pretty clear we're trying to hit these lows. So you might not agree with going long there, but it sets up well. We make our way down. Form some support down here. You can see there's like a first, almost a second, but really a second test right here, and it jumps up, hits that level of resistance, comes down, and you get a first entry. And you could only spot this if you were watching it live, but you know, we hit this level of support, so there's probably a bunch of longs piling on right now, and you go higher once, it comes down, and then tries to go higher. It hits that same price level and then goes down again, and that was a trap. And you could see that live if you were watching. Pause the video. I thought I was going to sneeze. And it's funny. I took this on the practice account and scalped out, thinking like, yeah, this is a trap, but I'm just going to scalp out. And what I should have done was looked here and just put the runner there, but this could have gotten you like a 46-point runner or something, so keep that in mind. Come down here, all too far from the EMA, but you come back, you get a first, second entry short. Come down, another first, second entry short off the EMA. This one's close to the EMA, this one's off the EMA. Come down, and the buyers come in right here. For some reason, I think there was like some support here a couple days ago that I saw. But yeah, we're trying. Also, I think we're trying to hit that measured move down here. We'll see if we've made any progress. We don't make it to the lower end of this channel, as you can see. So when we make this leg up, it is a first entry, second entry, but I wasn't too sure about this. But then when you get this, and it is congested, but when you get this lower high and they're both off the trend channel, I like that one. I think this one might be questionable too, just because with that congestion and we didn't make it to the lower end of the channel, it's a bit iffy. You can see that leads to some congestion, and I don't like any of this, but I do like this second entry, failed break higher. I definitely like that, and that gets you a nice move. Then we're chopping around on that measured move. And I mean, some pretty, strong support here, so you do get a second entry right here. I don't know. I don't think I'd be looking to buy. This is just such a strong sell-off. But then we have this clear failed second entry short. I mean, it's in congestion, but look at how clear of a trend channel that is. So I think advanced people might be able to take something like that. Then we get a break of that channel. Rockets back down. I don't think there are any setups. We come down, we hit that measured leg again and bounce again. But then it comes, and I think, yeah, we're bouncing off of that channel. Excuse me, I said that was a break. But no. This overshoot, this large overshoot came back and tested this level of support. And you can see there's some rejection still. And that's what happened here too. And you get a first entry, failed second entry long. I do like that for sure. Get this lower high, but that's just the first entry. You might take that looking at it like a first failed second entry, to be honest. But with this break of the channel, I don't know. And that's what happens. You get a couple of legs down, and then it breaks. And look at how strong this buying is. And this channel is so clear. And it's a first failed second entry right here. And that's aggressive because it's going into the highs of the channel, but we had a break of that channel. And if you look at that as a new low, you get another first failed second entry off the trend channel. Then we come up here, you get an overshoot, so if you're feeling aggressive, you get a matching high right here. Very bearish signal bar, plenty of room back to the EMA. And that's a first entry, failed second entry long. Very good setup. And then we come down here, first entry, failed second entry long. We're just moving down still. And that's all I saw. So, let's see, this might be a short-term trend channel or long-term, whatever. Yeah, you can see that channel right there. So, you might take this one then. I probably would take that. It looks like it's also like a failed breakout, and it's a second entry short, lower high. You could probably take this one. So, a lot of good entries today. And that's how I saw it. And you can see we're working towards that measured move. So, trades, whoa, this must be a practice account. Hold on. So I guess I never switched to my practice account today. So let's try and take a look at these. Okay, so yeah, I saw this and I thought it was a great entry. I think this is your only hint right here as you're going along into this level of resistance. Otherwise, I mean, that's tricky. I just got trapped. Plain and simple. Oh, wow. And then I went short here. Oh, yeah, that was just kind of an impulsive move, unfortunately, is I went short here when it's above the EMA on a second entry short. So, not a good entry. This one's a second entry short. Not the greatest, but I'm not too concerned about, not too mad about that. But I didn't mark it in my analysis, so I would say it's aggressive. Went long here above this, got stopped out. Went long here above this, and I didn't have my channel drawn, so I don't like that. I do like this, but unfortunately I scalped out on everything, or else I would have been. In the blue, second entry, very good. First, second entry, very good. And I think that might be all. Let's see. Yeah, that's all. So, hope everyone had a great day. A lot of good moves today. Hope you guys made some money. And I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week.